Hello. So today we are going to discuss some important Python commands which you guys will encounter in many programming assignments and tasks. So let's dive in. So the important Python commands which we are going to discuss today. So the first of those commands is the split command. Okay, the split method or the split command is used for splitting the string which we have stored inside in the string variable. Okay, so suppose I have this string which is written here. So I am storing it with the name of strng, and the string is I am here for jug at the table. Okay, so let's say this is our string here and we want to split it. Okay, so splitting can be of many types. So suppose we want to split it into the separate words which are here. So splitting, then what would we do? We will just write the name of the variable and dot split will be written with it. Okay, so after it, when it will be assigned to another variable which is list here, so writing it and then printing it here, we will see that all the characters or all the words here are basically now separated out and written in the form of a list here. Okay, so that is basically the split command. Okay, so now if I want to split it in terms of the commas or any other alphanumeric character, what I can do, I can write the inverted commas here, and here I will write, let's say I will write commas here or hyphen here or anything else, whatever you want to use for splitting the variable or splitting the string here. So here let us split this in terms of the at the rate of here. So when I will split it in terms of at the rate here, so you can see here that now after splitting, the lst will contain two elements. The first one will be the string which is at the left side of this at the rate character, and similarly the second element here will be the table which is at the right side of the at the rate character. Okay, so let me run it here and you will very easily see that the desired characters are here. Okay, so this is the list and we can split it in terms of any alphanumeric character, whatever you want. Okay, suppose if in this string I want to split or I want to split it in terms of two spaces. Okay, so one space is here, the other space is here. So in terms of these, what I can write here, just writing 2 after it, what will happen, it will split it first taking this as the delimiter, then the second delimiter will be this one. Okay, so how many characters will I have in this lst? I will have 1, 2 and 3 characters. You can very easily see here that, let me run it. Okay, sorry, giving it the space here. Okay, so now you can see that how many characters do I have here. I have the first one which is the I, the remove space is this one, then the word here, and then the white space is removed, and the last command is this one. Okay, so that is the split method which is very useful for many string operations and can be used in many ways for you guys. The second command here is the upper lower and swap case method. So suppose if you have a string which is also written here and this string you want to convert it into the uppercase. Okay, so just by writing here the upper and then storing it in another string which is lst2, what will happen now, printing it, I will see that all the characters or all the words are now in the uppercase. Okay, similarly to convert them again into the lowercase letters, what can we do? I can write lower. Okay, so by writing lower here, all the characters will be converted into lower characters, and in order to swap the case, if it is in the small or the lowercase letters, it will be converted into the uppercase, or if it is in the upper case letters, it will be converted in lowercase. So that is the swap case command which can do this task, and for doing this task, just writing it here, you can see that it will be converted into this case here. Okay, so that is the upper, lower and swap case methods. The third one are basically very important trim operators, which are useful or very useful in our many operations. In string operations, these are one of the most useful things. So rstrip, lstrip, strip method, these are the methods which are usually used as a trim operators. Okay, so suppose I have the string 2 which is composed of hyphen apple, hyphen banana, have hyphen mango, and at the end I have this hyphen. Okay, so suppose if I want to remove this hyphen which is at the left side of this string, what will I do? I will just write the name of the string, and after it I will write lstrip. Okay, so after writing lstrip and then printing it, what will happen? You can see that the left side hyphen has been removed. Okay, similarly, if you want to remove the right side hyphen, what will you do? You will just write rstrip, and by writing it, the right side hyphen will be removed, because now in rstrip you have written that I want to remove this hyphen here. Okay, similarly, if you want to remove the left sided or right sided hyphens as well, what would you do? You will write here strip, and by writing it, you will see that both of the hyphens are now removed. Similarly, if you want to remove the another character, which is basically the a, what will happen? Okay, so you will see that it is doing nothing here, because nothing is available at the edges of my operators here. So if I want to do it like here, so now you can see that a was basically at the edge or at the left hand side here, so it has been removed here. Okay, so this is one of the very important operations which is used for trimming any strings for our own operation. Similarly, another very important operation here is the enumerate. So suppose I have a list lst which is composed of 3 elements, or which are basically apple, oranges and mangoes. So if I want to display it in such a way that apple is the first element, oranges is the second, and mango is the third element, so in iterating through this list by using the for loop, what I have to do, I have to use the two variables here which are ij, and by using the enumerate command, just by writing it and inside of it writing lst and then printing it, I will see that not only the name of the elements which are present inside the list are displayed, but also the numbering with these are also appeared here. Okay, so this is also one of the very important command which you can use for your own task. So zip command is also one of the very important method in Python. So what it basically does, so let me try to use the example here. So suppose I have some names, and the names are, let me call school, shop, and then home. Okay, so suppose I have some point from which the distance of school is some number, similarly distance of the shop is some number, and distance from that point to the home of my own is of some distance. So what is that distance? So let me write the distances here. So the school is of 4 kilometers, the shop is of 2 kilometer, and home is 7 kilometers. Okay, so what is this? If I want to write them in such a way that these are in the zipped manner, so in zipped manner, what is basically the zipped thing? So in first column I will have the school, and the in other column I will have the distances it has from the given point. So how can I do it? Okay, so in doing it, what I will do, again I will write two variables here, and in zip command I have to write the two lists which I want to display. So the first list is the names and the second is the distance, and in writing it here I can see that in the first columns the name of the places are written, while in the second column I have the distance of those places from a specific point are given. Okay, so zip is basically the name which has been taken from the zip which we use in our daily life, and that is because you can see here that the two different entities are now zipped together. Okay, the first one is with the first one, second one with the second one, third one with the third one. Okay, so these are zipped together, and that's why it is called the zip command. Okay, so I think it's enough for today, and in this I have basically gone through all the important commands which are related to the strings and then to the lists as well, which will be of very use for you guys in your daily task and your Python task. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon.